I'm glad you are too. It's not going to be a really long stream. Um, give me a second. I'll get the video working here. Give me a minute. Come on. There we go. Yeah, good morning, Ghost Dealer. Glad you could stop by. Uh, Basically today, I had a user on explain.org kind of ask about a Vive Pro 2 and he was having performance issues. So, uh, since I'm a pretty long time Vive Pro 2 user, basically pretty much I think I pre-ordered it if I remember correctly, and so I've had one for quite a while. Pretty early in my use. I think I probably had it a month. All of a sudden, and I was hearing like all kinds of horror stories about this headset. And about a month of use, I had a green line in my right lens, and I went, oh, "That's really not good." So, and then I heard horror stories about getting them repaired. If you're in Europe, you have to send them. I forgot what the country was. It was one of the East European countries, and they would like send them back, not fixed, broken worse than they were when they sent them. I mean, there were some real horror stories, and I was like, "Oh man." So, but my repair center was in Seattle. So I'm thinking I'm going to send it. They're going to give me a refurbished back. So, so I also knew like keep the cord because sometimes they send it back and they don't send a cord with it, even if you sent one with you. So I kept the cord, and so my headset wasn't gone. I don't know, a couple of days. Like I sent it on a Thursday. On Monday, I have a package. It's not my headset, it's a new one. They basically replaced it. And I went, that's crazy. And the reason I knew it is there's a cord there. And then I looked at the serial numbers and I went, oh, that's a different serial number. So I got a brand new one. And, this is the same headset I've been using ever since. So I had one bad experience and ever since it's been fine. So kind of to make it work good for me, I've added a comfort kit to it, so I have a bigger pad across here to kind of make it set more like a hat. I've added some counterweights because it is pretty front heavy, and the mic is garbage, so I had to add a mud mic to it, and and it runs hot, so I added a fan to it. so I did quite a few modifications to it, but I can easily go for 2 hours, 3 hours, and really not have any issue. It won't be that long today, but so I wanted to kind of go over like how I get this thing to perform. So if you can see, we're basically in a little bit of a shower. So we got a rain shower going on right now. So what does that mean? Everything is overcast. So normally you would really impact your frames, but not. So quite frankly, sitting here in the this is the default 172, and I'm getting about between 55 and 60 frames. So I'm happy. And what I'm rendering, the headset is 2448 by 2448. And I'm rendering about 2508 by 2508. So I'm rendering right around native resolution. And when I look at, like, say, the 6-pack here, everything is clear. In other words, I can easily tell the difference between a 21, a 24, a 15, and a 12. I mean, I can easily tell the difference by glancing at it, not leaning in and going, no, I don't have to do that. The other thing I do is to make sure that I have, that the resolution that I can see is good enough. It's over on the Garmin, on the 530, over in this corner, I have a plate plan in. There's a distance indicator over here. How much distance do I have to go to the next waypoint? Can I just turn my head and look at that number and see it clearly without having to lean in? If I can do that, then I have enough resolution. The higher you try to increase the resolution, the more your frames are going to be impacted. When I'm looking at my frames today, I could easily increase my resolution, and I would still be in a comfort zone for me. So my comfort zone in VR is it's 45 or above. And if I can maintain that, then I'm pretty happy. So how do I kind of start all this funness? So let me get you out of the way so I can grab you. Okay. All right. So Vive Pro 2 has a little box called a link box. And so when I start, when I get ready to do a VR session, basically all these windows are I have all this off. And so I start, I turn the link box on when everything is off. So the link box will bring up this console, and then it actually starts SteamVR. I find if I don't do it like that, then sometimes the resolution, because if you have a whole bunch of windows open, this console kind of automatically says, hey, I know better than you do. I know what resolution you should run. And it's kind of like, no, no, I do. So I started up this way to guarantee. And if I click on, I'm going to go here and then settings. So if I look at the settings window, so basically when it starts up, I come up around this. So that's 3620. So that is basically SteamVR's base resolution is the right way to look at this. So I have it at 70% of 100. So if I brought it to 100, it's going to be like 4,500 or something like that. That's just like, there's no way you can, it's just, you're going to lose frames like crazy. So if I go down here to video, and then what I do is, so that's 70, so that's 3620. So there's a setting here that's per application. So per application, I have it set at 48. So if you look, that's 2508 by 2508. So I basically reduce the resolution a little bit more what I am giving to X-Plane. So that basically helps me keep good frames in X-Plane. And so, got to do one more thing. So hopefully this is seeable. So on general, window size, kind of irrelevant. Audio, irrelevant. Video. So this FPS performance, I have it disabled. I don't, it's disabled. So if we go to display settings, I have it on ultra. So basically on ultra, so basically what it's saying is that it's 2448, but so it does it by 2. So it's like 4896 by 2448. So that's where I have that set at. Anything I hear? No, no, nothing else is relevant. But I wanted to let me do this just one more time. So you can leave it on automatic, but once again, I want to be in control. So that's on ultra. So we'll get out of here. Okay. And I went through the SteamVR settings. So let me put you out of the way. Oh, how do I do all this? So I run a program, because this is a SteamVR headset, I can run SteamVR overlays. And the program I'm running that allows me to bring my desktop in, have a chat window in here, have a Pilot's ATC in here, is called OVR Toolkit. I've used it ever since I started streaming. Yeah. And I have watched over that time, a few years now, it improved a lot. And but what that allows me to do is bring any window I want, including the whole desktop, into the VR space, so I can interact with it. So in other words, I can have a chat window here where I can see chat. And basically the way my chat is set up, because I'm in VR, I'm not looking at it normally. What I have is I have an audible thing. So if somebody puts a message in chat, I hear it. And then I look. So, but normally I don't look at all. I normally have it shoved up out of the way, so it's not normally, it's visible kind of out of my peripheral vision. That's it. And so that's how I do that part of it, is to bring to kind of because VR is it's lots of things is difficult about VR. Streaming it is even more so. It just the things that you could easily go look at the desktop and look, you just can't do that without taking the headset off, and that's kind of it's kind of annoying. I mean, actually have to take your headset off. It's annoying. You have to kind of get it back on your face correctly. You know, it's just annoying to do that. And so I choose to bring enough tools into the VR cockpit for me, so that I don't need to do that. I have all that information with me. So that's what I use to basically bring desktop windows into the VR space. There's another program called that Falco wrote, was Move VR. I tried that a little bit. I didn't. It didn't suit my needs. I guess would be the easiest way to say it. It just didn't suit my needs, and this seems to work fine for me. But it's a SteamVR application. So if you're not using SteamVR, in other words, you're using, like, say, like a G2 or something like that. A G2 generally isn't SteamVR. So, and especially now with OpenXR, it's not SteamVR at all now, and it's more like how the Oculus is. The Oculus doesn't use SteamVR either. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. But with the OpenXR stuff, the Windows mixed reality stuff, they don't need SteamVR either. The downside to is that the SteamVR tools are useless. You can't use them. So, and I have not. I had a G2. Actually, I have a G2 here. I'm doing some testing to kind of improve its OpenXR experience, because right now it has some challenges. But when I had it and I tried to use the Windows Windows mixed reality interface stuff, I couldn't find anything that would replicate what OVR Toolkit does. I just couldn't find it. I mean, there's a way where you could like push like one window out, but heck, I got this window, I've got that window, I've got that window, I mean, I have 3 different windows open, and I could never figure out how to do that with the G2 where I could have more than one window. And they always were quirky, you know, where if you did like something just a little bit wrong, then the window may close, and you may have a heck of a time trying to get it open again. So, but so that's what kind of why I use what I use, and I am a big proponent of SteamVR. Probably most importantly is these guys. These controllers, these are just the best controllers they've ever made. People may complain about them, tell me that they break. I have 3 pairs of these things. 2 pair are old. 2 pair are probably, well, whenever the Valve Index controllers were released, I pre-ordered just the controllers, and because I didn't know anything about the headset. I knew about the controllers, and I wanted a set of controllers, and I had, I think I had a Vive Pro at the time. Not a 2, but just a Vive Pro. And so I bought them, and then I was hearing about the headset and went, oh, okay, well, I'll buy the kit then. So that's why I have 2 sets of, 2 pairs of controllers. And they got to be 4 years old or something like that. And I haven't had, I don't know. I think I did send one of my controllers in for like a thumbstick issue. But when it come back, I didn't see where there was any difference. So I haven't had any legitimate problems with them. So, and just recently I bought another one because I was worried that they were going to stop making these things. So I bought another one. The latest version has a USB-C for a charger. The older ones are micro USB, so I like a USB-C much better. So, but all mine have magnetic. I charge mine with magnetic. So, so that comes to so let me. I gotta go one more. I gotta go another place. So let's go here. Oh, something that also is new for, I think X-Plane 1206, maybe Beta 2, maybe Beta 3, maybe Beta 2. But now, the index controllers actually have a left and a right. It didn't used to be that way. It used to just say index controller. But I worked with Chris Serio, and he added a file that basically allowed these to be separate. So now I can tell which is the left and which is the right from this menu here. So over to where I was really going. Okay. So this is how Bill has his graphics set up. So right now I'm not using Zinc, and yeah. I haven't been using Zinc for a while, and Ben decided that anybody with an NVIDIA card, well, you can't use it. so he turns it off. So Zinc is not supported on this computer because Zinc is currently not supported on NVIDIA GPUs. So what I was getting with Zinc, I wasn't getting a crash or anything, at least not to the best of my knowledge. What I would get is micro stutters. So if I was flying along and I was looking at the ground, I would see the ground just pause, just really fast, you know. But I could see it. I knew what was going on. So I turned it off, and that problem went away. So I went, oh, okay, well, I'll just run it that way. So, but there are other people on NVIDIA GPUs that they think they get a performance boost if they have it enabled. I think I used to think that, but I'm not so sure anymore. So, but I haven't tried it yet. So I'll wait till they get a new graphics driver for NVIDIA, and then I may play with it again to see if it makes any difference. But so texture quality, we're up on high. So I'm running this up all the way. This is a kind of a recent change for me that I used to run this down right about here, but but I decided I was gonna try it here. This is off. Anti-aliasing. If I try to run this up too far, yeah, it's pretty impactful to my frames. So I don't. I just run it right about here. So cloud quality, I've run it here and I've run it up at the top. Shadows, I just run them to the bottom. Just aircraft only. Render distance is pretty high. It was on high. The world objects, I'm running X World and Global Forest version 2. Excuse me. So I want to see them. so I'm running that right at the top, and vegetation kind of in the middle. So let me think. Anything else? No, not that I can think of. Zoom light.